Welcome, guys. Welcome to Team Freestyle Start Strong Training. My name's Adam. This is Kira, and it is the 31st of July, 2017. Hope you guys have had an awesome month. It's always I know some of the guys have been really hustling over the last couple of days. So if you got some promotions over the line before the end of the month, big congrats to you guys. And, certainly another huge month in Team Freestyle. But welcome to Start Strong. Start Strong Training is really about an opportunity to bring you guys back to the message, bring you guys back to the system, and teach you guys really the fundamental skills of building a business. So I'm going to get out of the way tonight. I'm going to let Kira kind of lead tonight, and you guys are going to hear Kira share about our business and getting started. So take it away, babe.
You. So when I first got started in this business, I had very low self-belief, as many of you know, and it was really important for me just to take a step back and really just focus on one step at a time. So if you're someone with really big vision, we can definitely send you other game plan chats with lots of vision for the future of what this business can be for you. But if you get overwhelmed with a lot of information, it's really great to strip it back and just focus on what you need to know as you need to know it. And as I said, just build one step at a time. So I'm going to map out the first two promotions that are on the table for you guys. And our job as leaders is really to show up and help you achieve the greatest success check possible for you to land into your bank account after the month that you started. So I'm going to show you what's available on the table, but this is your business, and whatever success means to you, we're just here to support you in achieving that. So as you guys know, we have our franchise fee. Most of you would have paid that already, and that is $165 to get started. Now, this is my favorite thing about this business, and I have so much gratitude when I pay this fee annually, because I used to own a traditional business, and it used to cost us $25,000 a month just to keep the doors open. That was not even paying ourselves. Whereas this legitimate franchise business opportunity only costs you $165 annually. I don't know any other business opportunity out there that has such a low get-in expense that gives you literally unlimited earning opportunity and zero risk, pretty much, other than your $165. And as I said, our job is to help you make that back as quickly as possible so that this business never costs you any money. Now, the other thing that I really love about Juice Plus is that we have no hidden costs, and we don't have any monthly minimum spends for you to be able to access your commissions. So if you share the product, Juice Plus is going to pay you retail commission simply for sharing, regardless of how often and how many people you share with. So we have a point system and a bonus system that rewards you for hitting certain levels and certain accumulation of points. We don't get penalized for not hitting it, but we get rewarded if we do. So I'm going to map that out for you. So I'm going to give you some points. This is based on a point system, not a dollar system, but I really recommend that you write these points down, because it is quite confusing initially, especially if you don't love numbers. But what I found is if you track your own progress in the beginning, you'll learn a lot quicker. So you want to self-calculate your first two promotions, not just rely on the virtual office. So we have Premium, which is our fruit, veg, and berry blend capsules. And we get 371 points when we share Premium, or we audit Premium in our own business. If you're in New Zealand, this is 408 points. We also then have our fruit and veg, and this is 236. And if you're in New Zealand, this is 260. We have our 60 powder, and we get 214 here in Australia in points, and we get 238 if you're in New Zealand. And then we have our 120 powder, and if you're in Australia, that's 428 points, and if you're in New Zealand, it's 476 points. Okay, obviously we have a few other combinations, and your upline can help you with those points, but we're going to simplify it and just focus on these points. Now, you don't have to take the product. You don't have to spend a monthly minimum. However, we recommend that you're a product of the product, because it just makes sense that when you have your own awesome story and belief around the product, you will never feel like you're selling Juice Plus. You will simply be sharing and recommending, sharing your experience, and your experience is your most powerful marketing tool. And we're sharing our experiences in life every day. And that's why Juice Plus chose this model in terms of a marketing plan rather than advertising on TV. We get to share and recommend the product. They utilize us because our stories are so powerful and the best marketing tool, just like when you go to a restaurant that you love or you try a new nail lady and she's amazing, you tell all your friends about it. Referral-based marketing is the most powerful form of marketing. So you want to have a great product story. And so we recommend that you become a product of Premium, our fruit, veg, and berry, if it's available to you right now, that will give you the best experience. And if you can, 120 powder, because that's going to give you a 4-month supply of both and enough time to get those deeper cellular changes and to really experience the full benefit. Now, our first level in the business is called DVF. And you come in as a VF, by the way, and don't worry about what these abbreviations mean. It doesn't make any difference whether you know them or not. So you start as a VF, and our first promotion is called DVF, and it's equal to 1,000 points. Now, when you get there, if you do it in 10 days, the company is going to reward you with a $100 bonus on top of your retail commission. Now, because you want to be a product of the product, let's just say that you did order Premium and 120. You can see that you're already close to 1,000 points because your own order counts. So you really only need to find one person, whether it's a close family member or a close friend that is excited to support you or join the program, maybe wants to lose some weight through the program or excited for some health benefits from the product. And if you do that in 10 days, which as you can see is really easy, a lot of people do it in just a day or so, you're going to get your bonus and your retail commission. Now, just to give you an example, I'm not going to map it all out because I don't want to confuse you, but when you come in as a virtual franchisee, every time you share Premium, the company is going to give you $61, okay? Now, this jumps every level, and once you hit the 3rd level, it goes up to $112. So once again, our job is, as leaders, is to help you progress there as quickly as possible so that you're unlocking all of the retail commission. But as an example, to get to DVF, with your bonus, with your retail commission, on average, it's about $280 to $290 back into your bank account, which is already more than your business cost you. So 0 risk. Okay, so that's what we want to help you achieve within those first 10 days. Our next level, and I'm going to map this one out because this one's, really quite easy to achieve if you're teachable, if you're consistent, if you're plugging in, if you're willing to talk to a few people. Our next level is called SDVF. And this is equal to 4,000 points. What's really cool is we don't start at 0. Our points carry over. So you've already got 1,000. And as part of your structure, at this point, you also need someone to come and link arms with you, just like you've linked arms with the person who introduced you to the business. So you need someone to come and link arms with you, another virtual franchise. Now, I promise you, there are thousands of people out there looking for an opportunity like this where they can earn some extra income on the side or create an income from home so they don't have to go back to work or, to have an extra wealth creation strategy in their life. We absolutely do not want you to be one of those crazy, weird, annoying people who's out there spewing all over everyone. Please plug into the training so that we can teach you how to share this with people who are looking, people who come and invite you to share so that you have an enjoyable experience and as do the people that you're sharing with. I have found it no trouble at all to find team members because I have such a strong belief that so many people are in pain with their health and with their finances. And this is an amazing opportunity that helps with both of those areas. You just need to learn how to share it effectively. And that's what these team trainings are about. Okay, back on track. So at this point, you could do this the hard way and you can find 4,000 points, any combination of products, all on your own, or you could do this the easy way because every person that you bring on board as a frontline under you, every person you introduce personally to the business, everything they do contributes to your points as well as their own. So the sensible way to do this would be to find 1, 2, or 3 people right at the start who are excited to make some extra income, excited to join you on this business opportunity, and everything they do is going to help you get to SDVF. So if you do this in 40 days, get 4,000 points, plus find someone to link arms with you, at least one person, the company is going to reward you on top of your retail commission with a $400 bonus. But this is where the exciting teacher bonuses come into play, because the person who taught you, the person who introduced you to the business, is also going to get the $400 bonus. So from this point on, quite often when your team member gets a bonus, you get the same bonus, okay? Between SDVF and QNMD, you get the teacher bonuses. What's really cool about this is if you're smart and you find lots of people to help with this earning opportunity, you get to collect unlimited bonuses on top of your commissions. So I've literally had months where I've had 5 people go SDVF in the same month. So you do the maths on how many bonuses that is. And that's just the bonus money, okay? That's not the real residual income, which is the wealth creation that happens and grows to down the track being exponential, like many of our team members are now on track for. Okay, so I want to share a couple of things around this. It's my recommendation. Now, I want to be very clear. This is your business. Whatever success looks like to you is going to be unique to you. And we're not here to tell you what that should be. We're just here to support you in achieving what you want from this. Whether it's $500 a month is success to you, or $20,000 a month, okay? My recommendation is to set your calendar with the 10 days from your start date and the 40 days from your start date, okay? And write in the $100 bonus and the $400 bonus. And that you self-calculate and track your points along the way so you know where you're at. And set your intention. Set your intention today. Is this something that excites you? You know, the $500 in bonuses plus the retail commission, on average, it's between $800 to $1,000 in your bank account in those first 40 days, okay? On average, it's different for everyone. Is that something that excites you? Is that something that you really want to achieve? And if it is, set the intention, set your calendar, and that way you're going to show up each day on purpose. Now, I'm just going to mute everyone, sorry. Now, you're a blessing no matter who you are and what your experience is, and no matter what you want from this business, okay? So there is no expectation. However, I want to be very clear that your success is 100% your responsibility. We have all of the training, we have all of the support that you can plug into for you to be successful, okay? I want to share with you there's 4. I was going to say there's 3, but there's really 4 things that I think are really important if you want to be successful no matter what that picture is for you. The first one is to 100% decide. Decide that you're all in. Decide that you're going to give this everything it takes, because if not this, then what? Then what? Okay, if it's not going to be this, what is going to free you or earn that extra bit of income or allow you to quit your job in the future or bring your husband home in the future? If it's not this, then what is that opportunity going to be? Okay, success is available for everyone, but it doesn't come for free, and it really does take your commitment and your decision 100%, because people will be attracted to that. Okay, the next one is being teachable. So we have an amazing system. We have an amazing support group that you get to plug every single person in that joins you. So you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to know everything before you can find team, okay? Everything is there to help you on your journey. We have learned and built those systems from the people who have gone before us, the people who have more success than us, because success leaves clues. And the fastest way to achieve success yourself is to do what successful people do. So what I know is I'm certainly not perfect, and I certainly don't know everything. Neither does your upline, neither does Adam. But what I know is we do have more success in this business than probably you do right now. So it'd probably be a great idea to plug into training and learn from your leaders and plug into the system that has been able to grow the fastest growing team in the world right now. And it's not even about you, because if you're not teachable, your team won't be teachable. So it's really about your team being that servant leader right from the start, that you lead by example. If you're on team training, your team will be on team training. You will create that culture and consistency in your team. And if you plug into the system, your team will, and you'll create that duplication no matter who you are, no matter who the people are that join you. It's not dependent on how amazing they are, because there's a system that supports anyone to be successful. The next one is consistency. So I would much rather have someone who gave me 15 minutes a day, who could commit to that, than someone that could give me 1 or 2 whole days a week to work on this business. It really isn't about the volume of time. It's about the commitment to showing up every single day, even if it's just in stolen moments, because it's that snowball effect. You can't stop and start and expect momentum to hit. It's the small seeds planted every day that build momentum over time, and you'll definitely see that show up in the success of your business down the track. And then lastly, plugging in. So staying close to the fire. Okay, so important. There are going to be challenges on this journey. Anything worth doing, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be opportunity to grow. As you grow as a person, your business grows. And when you plug in, it will keep your inspiration burning bright. If you find that your inspiration is beginning to die down, it's probably because you stop plugging in. You're not staying close to the fire. And as I said, success leaves clues. So when you plug in every week, you're learning how to turn this business opportunity into something amazing so that you can realize your dreams, your vision for what you want. This is a real business, guys. And if you spent $165,000 instead of $165, I absolutely know that you would be on team training every single Monday night, no matter what, because you wanted to ensure that you got the best out of your investment. Now, I love that this business is so cheap to get into, but at the same time, it's really one of the downfalls because people don't treat it seriously and they don't consistently plug into team training. And I think it's probably one of the biggest things that can stop someone from being successful. The feedback that we get from team is that it's not just plugging in that makes them successful to team training in this business. It really fuels inspiration and positivity and success principles for their entire life. So I really hope that you create that attitude and that culture now for yourself and for your team, that it's a positive thing to plug into team training every single Monday night. And I promise you, the time you put in today, just like any business, the time you put in today is going to reward you tenfold down the track. You know, when I look at my success check today, I'm getting paid more per hour now than I ever did in a 40-hour work week. Now, that wasn't the case in my first month or my first 6 months, but I'm getting paid back for the time I invested 2 years ago. I've been well and truly paid for that today. So you have to see this like a real business, that it takes time to grow and flourish, and it's a long-term commitment. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So on that, I might get Adam to come back in. Are you there, babe?
Yep.
And he's going to share with you where to now, how to get started strong.
Awesome. Thanks, babe. That was amazing. I think one of the things that I wanted to really share with you guys, everyone can hear us okay? One thing I wanted to, yeah, she is amazing, there's no doubt. I think one of the things, and I had a discussion with some of the leaders that they're building a great business, and you know, how can we really make sure that you guys know how to start strong, and not only you, but also help others start strong well in the business. And, you know, the conversation that I want to have with you guys, which certainly Kira's had a little bit of that already with you guys, is really, I want to reiterate this, that your success in your business will be up to you, not anyone else. No one else can help you be successful. We're here to support you, but we certainly can't make you successful. I can't make you successful. Kira can't. And I think the first thing is make a decision that you're going to do whatever it takes, and you're prepared to do whatever it takes. I think what will drive you is having purpose and passion behind why you're doing what you do. If you're looking for motivation, I'm telling you guys, motivation will last for a little while, but it will fade. And what's important is that you really do this business out of inspiration. And what will inspire you is really around your why. And that is often, you know, the immediate why. Why are you doing this right now? What would make a difference right now that would be really worth to make this a priority? And I know I'm probably, you know, preaching to the converted, because you guys are taking the time out on a Monday night to get on this training. You've seen some sort of vision. And you guys will often hear me say, you know, there's only two reasons why people stop showing up, is that they either don't know what's possible, and you guys saw what's possible tonight. Kira has mapped that out for you guys. You can see whether you're getting started right now or you haven't really got started, if you know what I mean. Like you know, you signed up to the business, you put your hand up, but nothing really happened. And now you're ready to get started. Maybe you just needed to see Kira's version of this, and just instead of my intense version, say, okay, that just made a lot of sense. And I want to put $500 to $1,000 in my bank account in the next 60 to 90 days.
And I just want to add there, what does $500 to $1,000 mean to you? What does that give you? Because just a figure, you know, it's easy to throw it out there but not attach any meaning, and therefore it doesn't drive you. But I know when I got started, $1,000 felt like $1 million. $1,000 was just as rewarding as my check today. Like, it meant so much to me, and it was like having so much extra money in my bank account that I hadn't seen for years. So you have to attach a meaning to that. You know, what exciting thing are you going to reward yourself when you get there, or reward your family with? And that's going to give you purpose in the short term, as well as the long-term vision that's going to give you purpose.
Yeah. And so the question I want to ask you guys, if there was a sum of money that could land in your bank account, whether you're literally just getting started this week or this month or last month, or if you're really ready to just go, you know what, I need to make this more of a priority, what is the figure right now that would put a smile on your face and make it worthwhile in the next 30 to 60 days? And certainly this is a great conversation to have with anyone that is, because it's end of the month. You know, we're about to roll into a new month. So, you know, literally how much money would you love to see land in your bank account on Juice Plus payday by, let's say, we accumulate, so the 10th of September, and then the following will be the 10th of October. Think about that. And then my thing is, guys, and I can tell you, if you go and watch the game plan video that obviously goes into a bit more detail, or you really take on board what Kira shared with you guys, and maybe, you know, maybe the money that you want to make, I know some of you guys are writing 3,000 and 1,500 and 5,000. Every one of them is achievable. But the thing is, guys, I think you got to ask yourself, why is that important? You know, what would you do with that money right now? Is there a bill that you'd love to knock over? Is there something you'd like to reward yourself on? Is there a family holiday you'd love to put a deposit on? Is there something coming up for Christmas? I think that's what's important, is that without a reason why you're trying to put this money in your bank account, then often all the excuses get in the way. So I really want to encourage you guys, what is that figure? And then the second question I'm going to ask you is, if you knew that amount of money could land in your bank account in the next couple of months, so, you know, by the 10th of September, and then you'll get another payday on the 10th of October, if you knew that money, how many hours a week would you be prepared to devote to this on a week-to-week basis? You know, how many hours a week, I'm going to say it again, how many hours a week would you be prepared to devote to this on a week-to-week basis, and with focused intensity? Like, really focus on your business, not take, you know, 45 minutes to put together a Facebook post, but really get focused on your time, energy, and effort. And hand on heart, guys, if you're thinking that you could devote at least 8 to maybe 15 hours a week to this, and really, when you are working on it, you're working on the high-paying activities, I know that it can happen. I certainly know, I've seen it many times. So I think the first thing is, what would you love to see land in your bank account? Why is that important to you? And then second is, how many hours a week are you prepared to put into this? And then based on those hours, and I'm going to say that 8 to 10 hours is kind of a minimum. If you really want to make, you know, I would say 1, 2, or more thousand over the next 60 days. And then you got to say to yourself, in those hours that you've said you're going to devote to your business, then it's focusing those hours on what we call the 5 high-paying activities, the 5 high-paying activities. And I want to remind you guys that the number one high-paying activity in our business is not coming up with the prettiest Facebook post you could ever do. It's not one of the high-paying, it's not the highest-paying activity. The number one highest-paying activity in your business is talking to people. It's engaging in conversation. And what I don't want you guys to interpret this as is that you're going to go out and vomit and spew Juice Plus on every person you can in the next 60 days. That's not what it's about. It's about talking to people about them. How's life? What's been going on? How have you been? And I would say this is, if you're thinking about who do I talk to, or maybe you've thought of some people that this could help, then the rule is, guys, before you go and tell them about what you have and how you can help them, first of all, you need to get permission. And how you get permission is you take a genuine interest in them. And even if you can hear in your own ears, like they said, I would love to get healthier, my advice is take a deeper interest in that first. And what I mean by that is, if I would say, write a list, put a title at the top of your page and say, who do I know right now that would benefit from using the program, would benefit by taking the products? Write a list. And that list is not to go and hunt and vomit juice plus on every single one of those people. It's about, I'm going to take an interest in those people. I'm going to engage in a conversation. I'm going to be consciously reaching out to these people and just saying hello. How's life? What's been going on? Last time I spoke to you, you were doing this, whatever it is. And I don't mean that you take 3 weeks to get to the point, but then it's about asking them, hey, last time I spoke to you, or a little while back, you shared with me some of your health challenges. How is that going right now? That's how you get to build one, rapport, and secondly, build a reason why you would recommend what the JBT, the Juicy Body Transformation, is all about, and also the Juice Plus products. And I think when you can master that, guys, people get that you genuinely are sharing it from a place of wanting to help them, not just trying to get a sale. And so I'm going to say that again. It's the same with sharing the business. There's people that right now that would benefit by creating an extra stream of income. And so my thing is, guys, write a list of those people. But again, it's not about your hunting list. It's about your helping list. Who could I help? Who do I know that creating an extra stream of income, an extra $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, the same things that you're looking for, who do I know shares the same challenges? And how could you reach out in a way, first of all, take an interest in them? How are they? Is that still the same situation? Have they ever considered creating an income, using social media? Have they ever thought about creating an income from home? What have they looked at? And then and only then, I might have something you could be interested in. So the number one, I'm going to say it again, the number one activity, guys, is talking to people. If you are doing the other activities, the high-paying activities, and you're not reaching out to people, I want to let you know that your Facebook posts are almost a waste of time unless you're prepared to reach out to people.
Yeah, and I just want to add, as I said, your success, your vision is yours. We're not here to put any expectation on you, but I do want to show you the reality of numbers is that you could take the next 6 months to talk to 100 people and visualize where your business would be at from doing that. Or you could speak to 100 people in a week. And I'm not saying you have to speak to 100 people in a week. That might seem like crazy to some of you. It might seem exciting to some, but crazy to others. But where would that person's business be at in 6 months? It would be an entirely different place, and the momentum from those conversations would be like 100-fold momentum would happen in that business. So you do have to be real with yourself of what you want to achieve from this business versus what you're willing to put in and what you can commit right now. And you have to make sure that those two match. And you know what? You may be in this for the long run, but you're happy to be the tortoise and not the hare. You look at Linda, it took her 4 to 5 years to really create what she wanted from this, but now her life is magic. Like, she owns her life. She's so many choices. She's retired her husband. And what I know is there really isn't any other opportunity out there that I know that would have created that for their life. So if they hadn't have done this, their life would be the same place it was before this business, which was living in a small unit, cramped with their large family, and not really being able to even afford takeaway for the weekends. So what are you prepared to do? And are you committed to the long-term vision? And does the hours of what you can put in now match up with what you want to get back right now from that?
And look, if you guys are happy for me to do a bit of a role play, I just noticed Janine said, I want to learn how I can help another and get them interested. So Janine, I would love, if you're there, maybe come off mute. I'm going to unspotlight myself, and I would love to role play this because I think it's so important to understand this skill, and maybe we could role play and do that. So Janine, are you there?
Hello.
Hey Janine, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Well, I was going to spotlight you, but you've got your video off, so I'll keep you off. I want to ask you this.
I can turn it on if you want.
You can if you want. It's always nice to see who we're talking to. So there you go. How are you?
Hello. I'm good,
Where are you
thank
based?
you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good. Where are you based?
I'm in Melbourne.
There you go.
Melbourne, Paran.
So I want to ask you this, Janine, is so you're thinking about, look, I just want you to stay with me and think about one person right now that you feel like this business, and I'm guessing the business would be a really good fit. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it will be.
Okay, great.
Instead of, working loads and loads, but
Yep.
I'm not really helping people.
Awesome.
I'm not quite sure, as you said, you've got to look at it as helping people, but I'm not quite sure how to go about that.
Great. So can you stay with me? I want you to stay with me on this. Who's that one person? You don't have to say their name, but can you think of that one person that you feel like you would love to share this with?
Yes, there are. However, none of my family are here in Melbourne with me.
I just want you to think of one person right now, because you said to me, how do I reach out, if I really want to help someone with this? So I want you to think about one person that making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month right now would make a big difference. Do you know anyone?
Yes.
Okay, great. And how do you know this person?
Through travelling.
Through travelling. Awesome. And do they live here in Australia or they live abroad?
No, yeah, they do live here in Australia.
Awesome. And are they doing much travelling right now?
She's currently in Bali, doing a woman's health program.
Great. Awesome. So
providing positive thinking and stuff.
So I want to ask you, why would she be interested in doing the business? Thinking about the benefits the business could provide. Think about the benefits. Here's a girl who likes travel. She's living in Bali. Is she working in Bali?
No, she saved up a bit of money and then she goes over there and she provides women's meetings, if that's really what you can call it.
Awesome.
Maybe a women's centre, for example.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like she's a caring person already. She's going over there and doing that stuff and helping people, so that's always cool. So my thing is something like this, is that someone like that, I would certainly reach out and I'd be asking myself, why would this girl be interested in this business? What are the benefits that this business has that could help her? And so what I'm hearing is that she likes travel. She probably saves all this money up, then goes over there, probably eats away at her savings, then has to come back home, work out how to save more money, and then go back. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, you're right in saying that, yeah.
Right. So my thing would be, the question I'd be like, if someone like that, I'd be reaching out and saying, hey, babe, how's life? What's been going on? Maybe you speak to her a little bit and you say to her, hey, have you ever thought about if you could stay in Bali, if you could continue to travel, is that what you'd really love to do? Now, that might be a stupid question, but it's a question that we all need to ask, guys. When you can see that this could help someone, help them get more of what they want, before you tell them that you've got something for them that could help them do that, you've got to find out, first of all, are they looking for that first, right? So it's, you and I know the obvious question for her, this could help her, but you can't tell her that you've got something that could help her do that. First of all, you've got to find out, is she looking for that? So that's the first thing. I think the next thing to do is then ask her, have you ever thought about creating an income using social media, the internet, something that you could do from your phone so you could literally create an income while you're traveling? And so, again, so I'm going to put you on mute, buddy, because there's a bit of background noise, and so the guys can stay with it. And I'm going to say this, guys, we all have people like that in our life, right? The thing is, but I don't have permission to tell someone who I know that I see that this could help. I don't have permission to say, I've got something you could be interested in. And you certainly can't say you should, because as soon as you should on someone, they're gone. Because, or most people, unless they just absolutely love you and prepared to do whatever you do, but most people aren't. So the thing is, it's about get permission first. So how I got permission to share what we're doing is I asked her, has she ever thought about creating an income using her phone, using social media, the internet, so she could continue to travel, so she could still create an income while she's in Bali and continue to help and do the amazing things that she's doing. Now, what do you think she might say when I say that? Or anyone on that instance, they're normally going to say, what do you mean? Right? They're like, what do you mean by that? Like, tell me more. Yeah, I would love to. And then I'd be asked, have you ever considered something like that? And then the only way you share is, the reason I ask is, I'm not sure if you've noticed what I've been doing these days, but I couldn't help to think of you. And if I was to send you a small video, a small link to check something out, would you be open enough to take a look? That's it. You guys get that all I did, and I know it sounds easy, but you guys can get the recording to this and you can go back over and learn how to have this conversation. But all I did is I piqued her interest by taking an interest in her. Not like, oh my goodness, I've got something, you've got to do it. And then they go, oh, what have you got? Don't tell me. I got her permission first. Then when she said, please, yeah, I'd love to show it, but I'm a little bit, curious. I'm a bit worried. Then I'll say, hey, I was a skeptic too. I was a little worried. Sometimes about sharing your own personal story. But to be honest, what interests me about this, I want to create an income I want to be at home with my kids. I want to do that. And then if you're up for it, I'll send you something and away you go. Okay, so I think when you guys understand that conversation, it's powerful. The other one is how many guys, if you're really committed to what this could be, how many guys are just using the direct response, the direct approach, I should say, which is something similar to if you kind of want to get through all the idle chit chat and just get to the point. Sometimes it's just about saying, hey, Janine, how are you? Haven't seen you for ages. How's life? She responds back and goes, hey, great to hear from you. How you been? And I say, yeah, really good. Hey, Janine, one of the reasons I wanted to reach out, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I've recently started this cool little new predominantly online business using social media, and I couldn't help to think it might resonate with you. If I was to send you something to take a look at, would you be open enough to have a look? That's it, right? There's nothing about it. I just said it might resonate with you, and then gave Janine an opportunity to look at it. Now, Janine will probably say, yeah, sure, babe, send it over. I'll have a look. And then all I do is I send the event. And you guys know the event, right? It's like some stories. We talk about the product, the program. We talk about the pyramid, and away you go. So I really want to simplify it for you guys. You don't need to send anything else, and it's step by step. The second high-paying activity is certainly following these people up that you guys are doing. If you're not following up people, if you think that you're just going to send them links and you're going to be top of their mind all the time, the reality is it's not going to happen. So you've got to follow these people up. Is there anything you want to share around follow-up?
And then, but just those in general, the best thing you could do for yourself in this business and your future success is to completely unattach yourself from the outcome of every single conversation, every single post, every single thing that you do in this business. Because when you get certainty and belief in what you want this to be, being unattached will keep you on path to exactly what you want to achieve from this. But if you get attached to every no and any occasional neg ferret that might say something negative, or any family member who says, oh, is that one of those pyramid things, because they're just uneducated about what this really is, that can really stop momentum in your business. It can make people want to quit. It can make people take a back seat for a few weeks. Like, it really does derail you. So And that happened to me. Look, I want to be really honest with you guys. In my first week, I got the first customer that I spoke to said no. The first potential I spoke to said no. And I literally put the phone down and cried my eyes out and said to Adam, see, I can't do this. I don't know why you talked me into it. And I had a meltdown, like a massive meltdown. And he was able to kind of talk me through it and help me unattach myself from that. But it was ridiculous for me to personalize it. And you really have to see this as just like anything in the world. It'll be for some people and it won't be for others. And other people, they like it, but they're just not looking for something right now. Okay, so just like sushi, some people love sushi, but if you keep bugging your friend that just doesn't like sushi to come to a sushi restaurant, sooner or later they're going to stop calling you. Okay, and then you might have people in your life that really do like sushi, but they're full, they're satiated, they're just not looking right now. Okay, so look at this business like that. If someone says no, it's just sushi. It's just not for them right now. It's crazy to think that everybody is going to say yes to Juice Plus or this opportunity. And remember that there really are thousands of people out there who are looking, and your job is to find those people and help those people. And I think the best way that you can increase your certainty and belief so that it's unshakable is to go to work on building that belief. You know, go and watch the industry links like Rise of the Entrepreneur and How to Build Your Network Marketing Business. Those links are in the starter guide, and they're also in the training post photo album with the links there. And when you go to work on building that belief, you will get the vision that we have for how incredible this opportunity is. And I just feel sorry for the people who say no. I genuinely am like, oh, I just feel so sorry for you because my life is so much better than yours. You know, when you see someone who hates their job or they're stressed about the prospect of having to go back to work and do daycare instead of mum care when that's what they want to do, I know I have something amazing for them. So make sure you get clear on that.
Yeah, look, and people are going to say no at all times of times, guys. And look, the reality is not everyone's going to say, yeah, sure, send me it. And some people will say, no, I'm all good. I'm fine. And you're like, awesome, thank you. But glad to kind of just...
Imagine if I had a quit from that no.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, see where I'm at now. And I cried the next no I got as well. I'm not saying that I perfected it overnight, but I quit like 5 times in my first month. And I was lucky to have an upline who was able to support me through that. And, you know, he didn't let me quit on a bad day. And that's my wish for you guys, and my challenge to every single one of you is you don't quit on a bad day, and you put your hand up and reach out when you need help and you're feeling challenged, because we're not mind readers. And there's nothing worse than the thought of people who go missing or quit this business who never really got started, but we didn't have an opportunity to help them through the bad days.
Yeah, I think it's just to understand the process. And I think the other thing is, guys, and one thing to really understand is if you're brand new or you're yet to get, you know, I would say 2 people to SDVF over the last probably 90 to, 3 to 4 months. And I would say to you guys that it's so important that you're not trying to be the only person that's conversing with your prospect. I think your job in the beginning is that you take an interest in them, you identify people that this could help, you expose them to their first exposure. If it's business related, you get them on an event, you get them to watch an event. Once they've watched the event, your job is not to really answer their questions. Your job should be to put them in front of your upline and let your upline really help you with the next conversation. And why? Not because you don't know how to do it. It's to help your prospect cast a bigger vision. And certainly as a couple or 2 people helping one person, they see the support that's there. Your upline support has probably created a little bit more success than you, so they've probably been able to help them cast a bigger vision for that individual. And the reason why, and just like you, the reason why you're on here is that you have a vision. You have a reason why you're here, and someone helped you cast that vision. And I think don't underestimate how important that is. And so really, when you've got someone who's watched an event, the best tip I could give you is you set up a 3-way message that doesn't require any permission to do, as long as you give a reason why you're doing what you're doing. And it's as simple as, hey, Kira, I wanted to introduce you to Linda. Linda, this is Kira. Kira's recently watched an event. She took an interest in what we do, and I thought together we might be able to help support and help answer her questions. And then as the person who introduced Kira, I get out of the way of my upline. I let my upline kind of chime in, control the conversation, and then generally your upline, if they do a great job, should just be saying, hey, great to connect, love to know what you're interested in, what gets you interested. Once they respond, then you're getting them on a call. And honestly, guys, when you're doing that really well, you'll see how easy this business is. Really simple. And I think sometimes after someone's watched an event, we feel like it's now time to give them more information. I think it's the worst thing that you could do is try to bombard them with more information without them getting to why they're doing it, first of all, and about casting a vision. Because you guys know is if people can see what's possible, the how-to becomes a whole lot easier based on show me what I like. Once they're inspired, it's like show me what I want to do. It's not do I want to do this? It's like, okay, I'm up. If I can make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month that allow me to do that, you guys heard about, we talked about that for you guys. If this could be a certain figure, if you can help them cast that vision as well, the how-to is like, just give me them, like I'm up for this. Let's do this. I'm excited, and away you go. And then you can start to slowly feed them the how-to. I think that's really important. So the other thing is, I think getting on the events, in the 8 to 10 hours, and get back to what we're talking about, in the 8 to 10 hours that we say you need to devote to this business if you really want to create success, or up to 15 really, is that spending at least 2 hours a week on Zooms are really important. And if you only had 2 hours of the 10 to devote to Zooms, I would say the training that is the Start Strong training, getting on this. I know you hear often the same stuff, but it's the verbiage. Some of the guys commented, it sounds so easy when it rolls off your tongue, but I want to let you guys know that we've been exposed to this. We've been doing this for 3 years now. Of course, it sounds a lot easier than where you're at right now, but the more you hear it, the more you're in front of it, the more it'll start rolling off your tongue, and you get good at the verbiage. So keep turning up to this Start Strong call. The next call, if your time is really lean, then the next call might not be for you. But I also know that your upline leaders will be doing a regular Zoom event every week. And that means a business exposure event. And often they've got a Q&A place where you can go in a bit more intimate and you can get your questions answered. Getting on that hour or hour and a half of whatever they're providing is really crucial. Why do you get to the same events? It's the same thing. It's the same. I've seen all this, Adam. Why do I want to do that? But I want to be honest, guys. It's the stories that you'll hear that will continue to help you build belief. It doesn't matter how many events. Even last night, we did our Sunday night event. We had a couple of the girls share that we haven't had to share for I've never heard Jo share, and she's a QNMD in our business, but she's a part of Lauren Berry's team. And I heard her share, and I'm like, geez, we've got a great product. Geez, we've got a great program, and it really is making an impact. And that just lodges a deeper belief in what we've got. And the thing is, guys, that aura that you have about you, people can feel that. And that's why it's important to keep plugging into the events and you keep hearing it.
I just want to say as well is some of you are waiting for the passion to hit, to get you in action and to get you on these events regularly. But action creates passion. So if you want that passion to go, because, someone said, oh, you make it seem so easy. Well, it is easy. It's not rocket science, this business. The hard part is showing up in the beginning and getting that first bit of momentum, because once you get over that first hurdle, it is easy to show up because we get so much joy and passion from this business. There's so much emotional revenue in it. There's always fun, there's so much financial reward. Like there's just so many gains from it. Being on the events is rewarding, and the growth that you experience from, down the track taking part in that. There's just so much that you get out of this. But if you're not willing to show up in the beginning and get in action, you're not going to get that flow on of passion. So that's why we say make that commitment today to being successful no matter what. You can't control what other people are going to do, but that is really what we decided is we're just going to be successful. We decided 100%. I didn't have all the self-belief. I didn't have all the skills. I didn't have, all the tools that I needed when I said I was going to be successful, but it was my job then to go and get those things so that I could be successful. And I think when you make that decision, you're not swayed by what other people say. You know that you can rely on you out of anyone in the world.
Yeah, no, look, the more you plug into the events, the more you get. If you've got a live event in your area, guys, and you're not going to it because you don't have people going, I want to let you guys know that you're making it about you. Together as a community, you help one another. If you live on the Gold Coast, then get to Thursday night event. If you live in Toowoomba or anywhere in that area, this Thursday night and Friday, the leaders are there and the guys are going to continue building an event. There are events on the Sunshine Coast, in Brisbane, in Melbourne, in Sydney. Just do whatever it takes and find a way. If you, honestly, guys, and Laurie Cameron, who is going to be a 100 clubber in the next month or two. In the beginning, he asked me the question, do I need to keep coming every week? And I said, no, you don't. But what I know, those that are successful are here every week. They turn up. They make it happen. They're on the Zoom events. So if you truly want to be one of those people, guys, you can't take shortcuts. You just got to show up and play full out. And I really want you guys to I really want to inspire you guys.
And if we said to you that, in the next 2 years, you're going to have, 15, 20, 30, I mean, it depends on how much time and effort you put into this. But if you're going to have $20,000 land in your bank account every single month in 2 years' time, if you showed up consistently once a week to the event and you showed up to team training, I'm pretty sure that almost every single one of you would decide that it was worth it. And that really is the opportunity that is in front of you right now. But it's your job to hold that vision strong and to show up so that happens.
Yeah, and I think one is that talk about the hours spent. You get on the training on the Monday, the Start Strong training at least. You get on your team Zoom that's sharing the business, and you launched on it. And the other thing I want to get to you guys is one of the most important activities when you first get started is that you launch your business. And you're launching your business, and I really want to help you guys. Why do you launch your business? It's because you're not trying to say, everyone come and join my business. That's not what it's about. It's letting people know what you're doing. It's putting it out there, putting it out to the universe that I'm going to commit and play full out. And honestly, guys, you've got no idea who's interested in this business. Your job is to invite a whole bunch of people, even if you feel like they're not interested. They might be. You got no idea. Most people would say you'd be never interested and you're here. So I think the thing is commit to the process. And if you're opening a coffee shop, if you're opening a bar, you'd invite the non-drinkers to come as well, right? Just to support, just to know what you're about. And maybe they know someone who could connect you to. And what I know, guys, after 3 years of doing this business, we've got more and more people that are reaching out to us and wanting to get involved. And if they know more about this in the beginning, then when they see you shine, then they get to turn up, that they know what this is about, and that there's a chance that they might reach out to you in the future. And everyone's life changes. You guys, you've own experience. So I think it's really important that you launch your business. And when you launch your business, you play full out and you invite a whole bunch of people. And what I mean by a whole bunch of people, 20, 30, 40 people. It's so important. And the guys that are doing that are then getting to SDVF a lot easier because they're normally getting a few orders and they're normally potentially getting a team member or two. And when you guys think about what Kira shared earlier today, getting to SDVF with 1 or 2 or even 3 team members in that first 30, 40 days is certainly a lot easier way to get to that 4,000 points.
When you launch a business, I really encourage you just to see it as any other business, that if you were launching a new business, like Adam said, a coffee shop or whatever it might be, all of your friends and family would come and support you even if they didn't drink coffee. And that's the approach that you want to take, that you've got this exciting new opportunity or business venture that you're going on, and you really would love them just to come and support you. Because we're not here to push this on anyone who isn't looking. We really are wanting to work with people who are excited for this opportunity, but we also want our friends and family to know what we're up to so that they can just be supportive.
Yeah, and if you guys are wondering, where do you launch on Zoom, okay? All you guys have upline support that that have got Zoom. You guys probably got on a Zoom event, someone invited you to it, you guys could launch on that. So reach out to your upline SSCs, QNMDs, NMDs, and say, hey, I haven't launched yet, and I really want to launch. And I would encourage, if you're a leader, then you're encouraging all your team members to launch. And guys, you know, when you're doing that, that's what the leaders do. That's what the future leaders do. Sometimes you got to get yourself out of the way. You know, we had a girl by the name of Trixie, had lots of reasons why not. And we had a conversation, and I said, honestly, it's not as scary as what you think. We host the event, just like your leaders host the event. You invite a whole bunch of people, and you're going to share your story in 90 seconds to 2 minutes, whatever it is. She did a great job. I touched base with her today. She had 3 people that were on the event at least. Now we just follow the follow-up, and some will, some won't. That's the game. And away you go, and she continues focusing. So it's certainly an important step. And the thing is, guys, if you don't launch your business, then your team members probably won't either. And if they don't launch, then their teams don't launch. And then how do they all get off to a really exciting start? So honestly, commit to the process, play full out, get yourself in the way. Is there anything else you want to share?
No, just decide now that, you know, you're going, decide what you want to achieve. Decide on DDF and SDDF. If that's your focus, set it in your calendar. Make sure that you start calculating your points so you know where you're at, and ask yourself every day, I know these are my goals, so what do I need to show up and do today so that I'm on track to achieving them? Because what we know is, if it was life and death, you would make SDDF happen overnight. Like, we could all make that happen. So it's not a matter of whether it's your ability or not, because you have the ability. It's just a matter of your inspiration, and if you're inspired enough to make it happen and show up every day to make sure that it happens.
Yeah, and Pamela, you launch right from the start when you have no teamies. The reason why you do a launch is so you can attract teamies. That's what it's all about. So I really want to encourage you guys, play full out, go for it. We look forward to seeing you guys at the events. I know I'm hitting the road a fair bit. We're in Toowoomba this Thursday and Friday. We're in Newcastle the following Wednesday, and then I'm going to stay on and do Saturday event and then a Saturday training. And then Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Adelaide are all on our radar over the next few months to get to. Not to mention, guys, the 90-day game plan. I want to quickly mention that on here. We will go into a bit more detail. There are still tickets for the Gold Coast 90-day game plan on September the 22nd here on the Goldie. Certainly want to encourage you guys to do that. So look forward to seeing you guys soon. We'll see you on the other training if you're there. Have a great night. Thanks, babe. You're amazing. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.